Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to our second AMA Ask Me Anything. I am one of your section reps and college relation chairs, Elaine Reeves.
And I am Theresa Krack, another one of your section reps focusing on the virtual brand coordination.
So, Theresa, if I were a new member of our group, where would I be going to figure out where to meet other female engineers within the Pacific Northwest?
So one of the things that we have is a great starting place to learn what we do as a group and kind of learn how to get engaged with other members is our webpage. We've got that up on the screen here, and specifically in terms of what we do as a section, we've got a whole area over here for events and activities that breaks it up into our key areas: our professional development, outreach and volunteering, our book club stuff, and then the Puget Sound Engineering Council, or PSEC. We have a little bit of a blurb on their page that cross-links to their stuff. But if you click on the events and activities, this is going to show you the schedule of all of the events that we've got going on, plus some key milestones for a variety of other things in and around the community that other people tell us about. So like tonight, you can see that we've got our event going here, and you can click on that and get the info about it. So this is the best place to go. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to scroll down like that. This is the best place to go to kind of learn what we do as a section and where and when we do it.
That's a really great tool to figure out what I could be doing on a free night to meet others. But if I'm someone who is really into Facebook, I'm really into making Facebook events and letting my friends know what I'm doing, what about there?
So one of the things that we have for our section is we have two different ways to interact on Facebook. One is by liking our Facebook page. And if I prep this right, this is that page right here. And if you like our page, you're going to get all sorts of information about what is going on with our section, other SWE information. We've got a scholarship program. You'll get to see some great photos. And so if you like our page, you'll get to follow along with that. The other thing that we have for more of like a dialogue and interaction between our members is we do have a member forum. It's a closed group on Facebook. And this is a place where we can, share information. Like Grace just posted, and Grace is our section president. Somebody contacted her and gave her information about a regional future cities competition. And so that got posted there. Some volunteer opportunities with First got posted. We have conversations about our book club selections here. That was the one that we read this past month. So this is another great space to have that interaction between members, or just share something that you found interesting yourself, or share that kind of, hey, I read this over on, website, share the link and start a discussion there.
Wow, that's really cool. I mean, it's great to know that Facebook can be used as a tool for meeting people that way. What if, I have a relative that's in college and I want them to join SWE and have the SWE experience that I'm having? Where would you direct them first?
So one of the things that I would definitely say is to get familiar with the National SWE page. And specifically, there's a whole membership tab out here. And you can join SWE by finding that. You can also find the section that is closest to them. And Elaine, I'll toss this back over to you in a second so you can talk about what's around us. But you can sort by state, and right now I have the Washington section showing. So you get to see the Washington sections, and if I click all, you see both the mix of College Eat and professional sections listed here. So you can find your university section through this, the SWE org page, as well as through potentially the university and college relations on the university side. So I think that might be a good transition to maybe toss this back over to you, Elaine, for some answers and some dialogue on our college relations area. Are you up for some questions now?
Sure. Let's show what we've been working on our webpage to showcase
Perfect.
our local collegiates.
All right, so I'm going to click here. It's our college relations page. All right, so Elaine, if you want to walk us through what we have here and tell me where you would like me to click for more information.
So we're trying to always expand our website here and be more inclusive of what's going on. So the big push this year is just getting more involved with the students around us, because they always want like a sounding board of what's going on with school and how if what their mindset is for school is correct, because we all know boys and girls think differently, and it's true at any age. So what we started is listing the college sections that are here in the area of Seattle that get help from us. So the first one is Seattle University. That's a private Catholic school here in the area. University of Washington. They're located in Seattle as well, and that is like the major public school in the area. Next is Washington State University, Puget Sound North, and Everett Community College as well.
So Elaine, with the sections that we have and that we're showing here, what kind of things can we help the sections with in terms of, do we do any activities or events where maybe the College Eat engineers could participate with us? Are they able to come to the professional events?
So the way that the professional section and the college sections are set up, they almost run as separate entities. So the students can create their own events, host their own events, do whatever they want, and the same as well as professionals. And students are always welcome to come to professional events. It's just a matter of getting the word out there to let them know, and offering, and we always offer a college rate for the students to come, which is less than what a professional is asked for.
Okay. So if I was somebody that wanted to find out and kind of get information emailed to me, what's the best way that you would say to do that?
I would say the new form that we have created on our website, where you go and do section communications email list, and you scroll down to where you subscribe to our mailing list. And this is true for professionals and collegiate students. You just fill this information out and you let us know what information you'd like to know, and that will start getting pushed out to you almost immediately.
And I will also add here, just because I know we've been working on updating our form, we are also trying to make sure that we list the College Eat sections here, so that if we're doing targeted emails to the College Eat sections, we know what sections and how to differentiate some of our communication, so that if it's College Eat focused, it's going to the College Eat group versus, hitting everybody on our list. So we do try to, this year we're introducing those segment kind of mailings, and then you can see our past email campaigns down here at the bottom in case you may have missed something. So I think we've talked a lot about what Pacific Northwest does with the college sections. Do you have a college experience with SWE, Elaine, that you'd like to share with us?
So myself, I attended the University of St. Thomas in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I joined SWE as soon as I was a freshman, and that was mostly because my school was just starting their SWE section, and they needed 10 signatures, and I ended up being one of those 10 signatures. And I did have to pay for my membership. It was $20, which seemed like a lot as a freshman, but it was worthwhile. As an electrical engineer background, there weren't a lot of females that stayed within that program. A lot of girls after the first year actually became nurses at my school. That was the trend I saw. And if they stayed in engineering, it was usually mechanical engineering. So we wouldn't have classes that overlapped at all. They were pretty separate except for physics and math classes. So it was a great way for me to kind of talk to other female engineers, bounce ideas off of them. There's more than just the SWE group at my school. So some of those girls were like on the Baja team, and they would be building the racer for that to race every year. Or I was also in IEEE. So then I would get technical knowledge for my field in IEEE, and I would still get just general engineering knowledge with SWE. And I stayed in SWE until I graduated. And even while I was there, I moved up from vice president to president and ran the student section for a year. And I introduced a bowling competition between all the engineering, math, and science groups. I felt when I was a student that sometimes with engineering, you feel isolated, especially when you're in your own degree program. So I thought if we created this bowling competition, that we'd all get together at a bowling league or bowling alley, like I think it was like 5 blocks away from campus, and it's still going on today. and we would do one in the fall and one in the spring. And there was like 3 years in a row where math team would always win, and like chemistry would win. And it would just like blow your mind, because some people would double major and they pick which team they wanted to be in. But it was a lot of fun, and I just continued it on into my professional career, because I knew that at work it's the same thing. Like, you're always around people who think the same way, where I want to be around mechanical engineers and civil engineers and chemical engineers and talk about work and not work, and how we use engineering, and how like we all think similarly even though we do different jobs.
That's a pretty cool story, and I think that bowling idea is pretty kind of fun there. Um, so thank you for sharing that, Elaine, and I hope that those that are able to either listen in on the live stream or on the replay broadcast have their own SWE stories, whether it's at the college level or whether it's at the professional level. That, you know, when you share those stories and you do those networking, it's a great way to also meet people and kind of understand people's different backgrounds.
Yeah. So Theresa, what did you do SWE in college, or did you only join as a professional?
So I did SWE in college for basically I did a dual degree program, and the first part of the program I was at a university that did not have a SWE chapter or section or affiliate. But when I transferred to the University of Minnesota at Twin Cities, I got involved in the SWE section there. In that case, we had plenty of members, and on a very tight 5-year plan with a very minimal budget, I participated in this section. While I did not necessarily technically join SWE, I really enjoyed the activities and hearing the speakers come in and participating in the meetings, and going out and doing anything from community outreach. I think one of my favorite things to do was we'd get a whole bunch of SWE members, and in the fall we'd go rake leaves for the people that maybe weren't able to go out and do that. And it was a great community service, and it also helped showcase how just women engineers can make a difference in their community, whether it's doing engineering or not. And it helps put a face to the fact that, yes, we are engineers, and yes, we're kind of awesome. And I know one of the other things that we did a lot of was just bringing in speakers. The Twin Cities was a fantastic area for bringing in professional speakers from all kinds of events. And that actually inspired me as a professional to make sure that I stay connected to the College Eat sections that were around me, and specifically out here in the Puget Sound area, staying connected with them in a way that offering the ability to come in and speak on a topic or help support them, because I think that's paying it forward, because I saw so many great speakers when I was a student that helped inspire me, that, you know, maybe I can help inspire somebody when I go out and speak at whether it's a conference or at a college section meeting or evening with industry.
That's really cool, Theresa. I think a big thing for everyone to think about, whether you're listening to this live or or you're listening to the recording, is that all of our student sections are doing various things of giving back to the community in various ways. I don't know whether or not they let professionals come in for that, but we do the same thing too here as professionals, where we do things where we help the Girl Scouts get their science badges. I did that every year when I was part of Region J in Minnesota when I first had my first job. And I thought it was just great working with the girls and kind of seeing them light up as they learned about the different disciplines and getting their science badges to put on their sashes. I was never a Girl Scout, so I never did that, but I thought it was very cool.
Yeah. Well, and that actually brings up a kind of a thing in terms of things that the professional section can offer those in the College Eat sections. And I realize we should have probably flagged this earlier in the discussion, but SWE PNW does have a scholarship program. And we offer scholarships for a range of people. You can see on our scholarships landing page, we have our certification of merit, which is offered to high school seniors that are going to basically be going into an engineering program at a university. And then we have a mixture of 3 scholarships here that target either the junior third year student or the sophomore second year student. And our scholarship program is actively open right now. We do encourage people to share this information and do that. You can download the application right here in the form. It has all the details on the scholarships plus the form you would complete. And the application deadline is December 31st. So if you are a college student listening to this, or you know somebody who is a college student, please help share this information, because we really do want to pay it forward, not only with our expertise and skills, but also with the monetary value that can help make the difference in a college student's education.
Yes, and if you've told someone once, you should tell them twice, because I know right now it's like either finals week or pre-finals week, and you get so caught up in studying for your finals and trying to complete the year that this deadline might slip by it's December 31st of this year.
Yeah, and this is a program that we do offer on an annual basis. And all of the information usually gets updated in the fall time frame, and it usually opens around the end of October. So if you're not one of the people that meets the criteria for the targeted age range this year, mark it for your calendar for next year, and keep coming back to the SWE PNW scholarship pages for more information, or follow us on Facebook to get the latest and greatest on our scholarship programs.
And there are national scholarships as well through SWE, and we will let you know as soon as that opens up to make sure that we can assist the students here in the Pacific Northwest as much as we can.
Yeah, and I will definitely also say that the landing page here, which hopefully is loaded now on the shared screen, there's a lot of great information at SWE.org on scholarships, and they have they're doing a lot more with interaction on the webpage. And they've got a whole actual searchable thing down here where you can search by your year and search by keyword, and you can work your way through this and find some great scholarship opportunities here as well that are, maybe some of them are going to be SWE, some of them might be linked to other ones. I will honestly say I'm not that familiar with all of the scholarship details, but it's a great landing page if you're looking for scholarships for yourself or for the college student in your life. All right, so I'm going to hop back over to our homepage, just because it's a pretty picture and a nice landing page for the moment. So Elaine, one of
the skyline here.
Yes. So one of the things that I know that you've been working on is we just had a new SWE section, basically. They're an affiliate, a group. I believe that was the North Puget Sound one, the Washington State University, right?
Ooh, I believe so. We have two now.
All right, this is where I get to go check the Facebook page because I know we posted on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't 100% involved in assisting with that, but basically a smaller school that doesn't have enough people, specifically female engineer backgrounds, to sign up to create a collegiate section. The minimum's 10 members. You can sign up as a affiliate, and as an affiliate you only need 4 people, but those 4 people can't be like seniors. They have to be in school for at least 2 years, because we can't approve a group and then have it disappear within a year, which does happen. Sometimes groups come and go. It's just the nature of what people are studying, and if people know about the groups or not. But we did just get, yes, Puget Sound Everett approved. So congratulations to them if they're listening on here.
Yeah, and I do know that it was a long process to try to work through all of the hoops and get all of the right people on there. So buku props for sticking with it and getting that going. And they had a great picture up on their webpage. So looks like a good group of people there. So one question I have for you, Elaine, so we've talked about the kind of the professional level, and we've worked down to the college level. Is there anything that SWE does in terms of like a program for those that are in like high school?
We do, and I believe it's called SWE Next.
And I believe this is the page that we should be showing.
Yes. So SWE Next, I don't personally know a whole lot about it, but SWE Next I know is free to students until they're 18. I don't know what the minimum age is 13 years old. But it's a great way if you because some people, you just know when you're younger that you want to be an engineer, or you kind of are leaning towards the math and sciences, but maybe you don't know what kind you want to be. This is a great way of meeting people in the field and learning more about what engineers do and what they don't do. I have a lot of people, when they first think of engineers, they're like, "Oh, are you a train conductor?" No, not a train conductor. "Oh, do you pick up garbage?" No, I don't pick up garbage. So it's a great way to get students involved in thinking about what they want to, one they want to be when they grow up, or have an idea.
Yeah, and I just happened to click on the what the benefits are on their page. So they've got a fairly decent landing page out on SWE.org as well. But some of the great benefits here is just the connection into the networks and the associations that SWE has with not only its members, but with other professional organizations. And it's a great way to sort of get that foot in the door, to see maybe what experiences you can get at a high school level or an early college level to help foster, the learning environment or that passion for engineering, or even, anything in the STEM field. So we definitely encourage those with the younger of the youngest generations, in terms of those high schoolers, to check out SWE Next and look at the resources that they offer here on the SWE Next page here, on the main SWE page. And they do also have things like, how do you start a SWE Next club, try cool engineering activities, and some basic information that, even if there isn't a SWE Next club in your area, might still be great information for either engineers or parents to share with those, kids in their life, to kind of help inspire the next generation. So I'll jump back over to our pretty homepage here. And I'm going to just do a quick check over on our YouTube live broadcast to see if I can't check if anybody is out there. It's hard to tell sometimes how many people might be watching us. If you are watching us and you can find the chat bar to the right of the video, comment and say hi so that we know we're there, because I think we're basically at the point, Elaine, that we're going to open it up for questions, with the exception of, we did want to make an official announcement tonight that our book club has selected their book for January, and we are going to be reading The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson, and that will be posted out to the Facebook page, and an email will go out to the book club email, so that you've got the proper title and author spelling. But yeah, we're excited to announce that book, and we're hoping to announce a few more books, so that people can read ahead at a leisurely place, and we're looking forward to that discussion in January. Elaine, was there anything else on your side that you wanted to highlight before we maybe really see if we have any Q&A out there?
I would like anyone to offer us up any suggestions for future AMAs or a tailored virtual talk. We've been batting around ideas, kind of like, master's degree. Does it make more sense to go full-time, or does it make more sense to work and do your master's? And there's different people in the section that we're going to pull together for something like that, or like a table talk of that sort. So, or like if there's other topics that people want to hear about and hear other people's opinions on, like whether or not it makes sense to get certifications or the PE exam, depending on what you do in your field or what you're looking to do. We can get people together for that kind of a table talk. So any ideas that people have for conversations they'd like to have?
Yeah, that's a great point, Elaine. And I'll also add to that we're also looking for people that might want to speak on these topics, or if you've got a topic that you're passionate about that we can do in a virtual space, or if you want to try to do it in a live space. I know one of the things that I like doing, whether it's online or in person, is I like using my fellow SWEsters as an audience when I need to practice some of my presenting skills. So if you've got something that you've got a passion for and you want to get up and speak on it, let us know. We'll help connect you to the right part of SWE, whether it'll be a virtual event or an in-person event. And then also, before I forget, because I promised Katie that we would make sure that we kind of put the save the date information out there, we are doing a professional development skills event in January on the 22nd with Jet City Improv. the event is not quite fully detailed out in terms of the actual kind of sign-up logistics. However, we do pretty much have the date and time ironed out right now. So if you're interested in joining us for that, I do know that there's going to be a limited sign-up. So keep an eye on the calendar and the Facebook page and your email to get the latest communication and sign up for that when you see it, because I'm going to guess it might fill up fairly quickly. So we look forward to seeing whoever can join us for that. And it should be an exciting thing. We did a similar kind of Jet City improv, or at least an improv thing at the ABJ conference, and it was a lot of fun. All right, so I think with that, we are to the open questions part of this, and I've been navigating around on the YouTube, and I'm not seeing a lot of interaction out there. So if you are out there, please go ahead and say something on the chat, or send something over to the section rep email. If you've got a question, we'll give it a few minutes here and kind of vamp for a little bit of time. And I guess we'll just kind of open up the floor if anybody's out there for any questions. And we'll say hi to the pets in the background.
Those are my pets.
It's okay. My cat decided to sleep, and thankfully she is sleeping quietly right now.
Yeah, they're easily excitable for some reason with the sun going down sooner.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I could say while we're waiting for questions, another series I have been kind of thinking about, it's not 100% college relations focus. It might be more like a Q&A type of thing, but a lot of things that my mentees that are either young engineers just out of school or in school ask me is kind of like, well, are you a typical engineer? And I feel like when someone says, are you a typical engineer, you're talking about engineers that you see in TV shows from like the 40s and 50s, you know, with like like a Poindexter type thing with like the thick glasses and the pocket protectors. And I think that the way that the world has gone, the way that new trends are going, and just like the abilities of what we're able to do, I don't think there is a typical engineer anymore. You know, I always tell them I am not a typical engineer. I don't really come home and set up things or computers in my home. You know, I run Disney runs, and my sister is also an engineer, and she does, like, you know, she's like a triathlete. Like, she doesn't go home and tinker. So I don't want people to think that an engineer is someone that's just kind of nose in a book, always at a computer doing that kind of thing. You could be that, or you could be something completely different. I know engineers that became engineers to pay for their hobbies, or to pay for the fact that they really like expensive shoes, or, you know, like they knew if they were a musician they wouldn't make enough. So if there's people like that that people want to hear from or know about, you know, let us know and we can find them.
Yeah, I will agree with that. It's like I've never felt like a typical engineer in the sense of what people probably envision as a typical engineer. And I think some of the best engineers are the ones that have both engineering breadth and depth, but also other experience breadth and depth. And it's kind of that saying, like, you know, mile wide, inch deep, have a little bit of variety to their background or their experience, whether it's, you know, at work or in their home life or with their family. And I think everybody has a great story to bring to the table as an engineer based on how they have, you know, grown and learned.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so I think at this point we've kind of vamped for about 5 to 10-ish minutes here, seeing if anybody was going to join us for Q&A. I'm going to go check over in the Facebook group to see if anybody posted questions there or posted anything to our Facebook page. All right, so I think it looks like we are at the point that I don't see a lot of people asking questions or dialoguing, so I think, Elaine, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, I just want to say Good luck to everyone that has any projects due as we come to a close for this year, or any projects or homework or tests for school, and that everyone has a happy holidays.
Yep, happy holidays, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us either live or on replay.